Here's the problem. The £19,000 Polo GTI has the same engine, the same DSG gearbox and the same chassis as the SEAT Ibiza Cupra and Skoda Fabia VRS. But it costs more than either of them.
So today's question is a simple one. Is that car there really worth £1,000 more than the SEAT and £2,500 more than the Skoda? To find out, I've come to the UK's premier hot hatch arena, Wales.
These roads are designed for hot hatches. With cambers and surface changes that would see a supercar spill its dinner, they're perfect for tiny little fighters like the Polo GTI. First impressions are very, very good. A nice raspy exhaust note, really direct steering, a reasonably sharp throttle. Although, if I'm honest, I could be in any of the three cars so far. The 1.4 litre engine and the DSG gearbox do feel identical to how they do in the Skoda and the SEAT. But if I'm honest, that's not really a bad thing. No, you don't get the option of a manual gearbox, and yes, some people will moan about not being able to practice heel and towing on the local ring road. But it's such a sweet combination of engine and gearbox that even if there was a manual option available, I personally wouldn't have it. The VW's quoted 0 to 62 time of 6.9 seconds is actually a few tenths quicker than the SEAT or Skodas, despite the Polo being slightly heavier and no more powerful. According to VW then, there must be some differences between the three cars. I do think that this drives ever so slightly differently than the other two. The Skoda feels a bit tall and a bit loose in the way it deals with bumps, and the SEAT feels lower and snugger, basically a little bit sportier. And to me, this is exactly between the two. But the biggest difference between the three is inside. The VW has more chrome details and nattier seat materials than the other two, and on the road it is a wincy bit more refined, but it's not perfect. On lovely roads like this, the Polo GTI isn't as accurate or as fun as a Renault Sport Clio. Here's a hairpin. I'll go into it in second gear. Right now, understeering quite a lot, and that's frustrating. That said, I really like the Polo GTI. It reminds me of my old Mark II Golf GTI in that it's not super accurate and super sharp, but it is incredibly satisfying to drive. You don't have to be on the ball all the time just in case it snaps. It's just really good fun.
So, is the Polo GTI worth the extra money over the other two cars that are basically the same as it? Yes. It's got a nicer interior, feels slightly more refined, basically like a more finely polished gem than the other two. Annoyingly, the best car is the most expensive one.